everybody.
All right. What just happened to the screen? I just
Looks like poor connection. I can still see you.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna sign off. Mr. Lockhart, I think we're just gonna try ending the call and call right back in and see if that does anything. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll be just a second. Let's go ahead and try that, Madam Clerk. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just keep going. Mr. Lockhart, can you see me still?
I can see you, yes.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, just so everyone's aware, we cannot see you in the jail. We'll obviously have to talk to IT, but we're just going to have to keep moving forward at this point. So, all right.
Okay, sounds good. So we can call the 4 cases of Matthew Ruff.
All right, Matthew Ruff, cause numbers 5805252122, 5804520075, 5804875525, and 5801692229. Is Mr. Ruff there with you, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, morning, Mr. Ruff.
Good morning.
We are here following 1077 review. I actually just looked at it this morning because I don't think I saw it last week, but it looks like Mr. Ruff, the finding is that he's not competent to proceed. Does the city wish to be heard on that finding?
So, I object.
Hold on, Mr. Ruff, you can speak in just a second. I'm going to hear from the city attorney first.
No, nothing further.
Okay, Mr. Lockhart, did you have anything to add in regard to the finding?
No, Your Honor, we'd ask to adopt the finding.
Okay, Mr. Ruff, I'm going to go ahead and adopt the finding as well. I did read that report from DSHS this morning. Court finds at this point that you are not competent to proceed.
Well, I object, and I'd like to explain why.
You can certainly object in just a moment. I'm just filling out the order that I have to do. Just a second. My recollection, the boxes aren't checked on this order. I think that it was only the ability to assist in his own defense. Does that sound right to you, Mr. Lockhart?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was. Okay, I think that was my recollection, so I'm going to check that one box. All right, there was a request for a DCR, and the city has a motion on this, Mr. Anderson?
The city is moving to dismiss the charges.
All right. Any objection there, Mr. Lockhart?
No objection to the dismissal, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ruff, I'll give you a brief moment. We have a lot of people on calendar, so we need to keep moving.
Oh, they can wait.
Something you want me to know? Go ahead.
Well, for one, this was an unlawful arrest. I'm glad that it was those charges are dropped, it sounds like.
Yep, they're going to be dismissed.
The reason that I was actually brought here, okay, because they're unlawful to start with. I was given a violation on a trespassing before I had a chance to leave. So I'm glad that was dropped. So there's some competence there on my behalf. And why am I being held? Am I being held on incompetence?
Let me explain that to you, Mr. Ruff. So, first things first, charges are being dismissed without prejudice. So that means, again, the charges are dismissed. The report from DSHS did ask for a DCR.
And what about my unlawful arrest?
Mr. Ruff, let me talk. I'm trying to explain it to you. The reports from DSHS did ask for a DCR evaluation. That's a designated crisis responder to have you talk to one before you're released from custody. So I'm going to go ahead and order that. The sooner they talk to you, the better, but technically the DCR hold is up to 72 hours, not including weekends or holidays. So that would run on June 19th at 9:50 in the morning, which is 72 hours from now. Now, in regard to any issues with what you would call an unlawful arrest, that's not before the court today, Mr. Ruff. If you want to file some separate civil suit, you can always make that request, but that's not what the court's looking at here today. So,
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
I've noted your objection for the record, though, as to the findings, so that is noted, that's preserved, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off on the order at this time, sir.
Yeah, my competence is not the issue here.
All right, well, very good. These cases are dismissed, Mr. Ruff. Thank you very much, sir, and good luck to you.
So I am not allowed to leave up to 72 hours, depending on when that I'm seen by DCR.
Mr. Ruff, usually the DCR comes same day, so
all right, thank you.
Probably will be today.
All right, I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks very much, sir. All right. I have signed off. Go ahead, Mr. Lockhart.
Okay. The next matter I have, Your Honor, is Joy Maguire.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take Ms. Maguire. Last thing, actually, is Mr. Ruff still in the courtroom?
I just indicate in person on that, Your Honor.
Okay. The reason being, I didn't say the court is finding Mr. Ruff does have a history of one or more prior violent acts. He has multiple assault charges. So I'm sorry I didn't say that on the record, but the city was asking for the firearms order.
We can see anything anyways.
Okay, I'm going to sign off on that. So if Mr. Ruff is still in the courtroom, here's what I'm ordering. Due to the dismissals under RCW 1077088, the court has found that you have a history of one or more prior violent acts. That's based on a review of your history right now.
I want to go for water.
Multiple prior assault fours. So you would be prohibited owning, possessing, controlling firearms, and you must immediately surrender any firearms, concealed pistol license.
Hold on.
To the Bellingham Police Department. So I'm signing off on that.
I'd like to, what are my violent offenses?
You have multiple prior assault in the 4th degrees that I'm looking at here, Mr. Ruff.
No, that was dropped.
Due to findings of...
That was dropped. I was found innocent.
You were... Okay, we're not...
And actually, I wanted to, listen, I was attacked. I was attacked by 4 people.
Okay, well, I'm going to note Mr. Ruff's objection for the record once again. I understand he does not agree with this, and that is completely his right. I am noting your objection, Mr. Ruff. A review of your history shows you've had multiple charges dismissed due to findings of incompetency on assault in the 4th degree. That would be, to this court, prior violent acts. I'm going to go ahead, I'm making the finding, and I'm entering the firearms order. So, with that, let's move on. We're going to go ahead and call Ms. Maguire. We've got 3 cause numbers of Joy Maguire: 5A0440751, 3A0547407.
And how long is this held for?
Mr. Ruff, if
This
you
is
keep
until 3 days?
Mr. Ruff, if you keep interrupting the court, we will start contempt proceedings. I'm not going to be interrupted anymore. If the jail wouldn't mind getting Mr. Ruff out of the courtroom sooner than later, I would appreciate it. Let's go ahead and call Ms. Joy Maguire. Last cause number 4A0579733. These are all on for sentencing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Maguire. How are you, ma'am?
Good morning. It's good to see you, Your Honor. Thank you for having me today.
Good. I'm sorry I can't see you, ma'am. Our screen is blank on my end. We're having some technical difficulties, but I'm glad you're here this morning. I think we're ready to go. This was set over for sentencing. Is the city ready, Mr. Anderson? All right. Anything else ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Call the matter of Julius Haywood.
Okay, Julius Haywood, cause number 5A0561561. This is on for an arraignment. Just need to double check. I think this is one. Did I see PC for this today?
Oh.
My jabs is going a little slow here. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I did review this one. Mr. Lockhart, would you like to be heard on PC?
Employment or not? Let me go, please.
All right, and Your Honor, we did go over rights. Sounds like we signed off on those. We would ask to waive a formal reading of the probable cause and enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Haywood's behalf.
Thank you very much. Mr. Haywood, good morning, sir.
What's up?
All right, I'm going to go ahead. I am finding PCs established on both counts. With that, I'll waive any further reading. I'm entering not guilty pleas on your behalf, Mr. Haywood, to both. Would the city like to be heard, Mr. Anderson?
Well, yes, Your Honor. Although it appears the defendant has no Washington history, the defendant's NCIC did come back with some significant history out of state. Looks like potentially a couple of states going up until 2022.
Clarify that for me.
California,
Tell him I got it.
and looks like West Virginia as well. And I'm extensive amount of history, at least. We're at, what is that? I don't even know. 10, 12 pages of history. Yeah, so I don't know what his ties are to our community. The city is requesting, this is assault 4 DV and an assault 4, I believe. So the city would request an anti-harassment order on the assault case, or would request a domestic violence and a contact order on the DV case. As far as bail, again, not knowing what his ties to our community are, but can tell you that there's quite a bit of history out of state going all the way back to the 90s. The city would request some appearance bail. I'd recommend $1,000 at this point, appearance bail or bond, $100 cash alternative, just to ensure the defendant's appearance, just because there is such extensive out-of-state history and then lack of history in the state. I don't know how long he's been here.
Okay, thanks very much. Is the history out of state? None of it appears to be assaultive.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. There's a lot, but at the same time, it's difficult to represent full convictions because you got to really pour through. But I mean, I'm just reading through. There's in California, there are numerous bench warrants for failures to appear, contempt of court.
Okay.
Those are all parole violations. Looks like DOC was involved. Looks like there's narcotic transportation, sale of narcotics, gang activity out of Long Beach.
Okay.
Transportation, selling narcotics, yeah, DOC violations, parole violations, possession of drugs, disorderly conduct.
Okay.
What I can
Sounds
tell
like
you.
quite a bit there. Okay, Mr. Lockhart, city's request, $1,000 bond, $100 cash alternative, it sounds like. Would defense like to be heard on that?
Yes, Your Honor. We would be asking for the PR release subject to the no contact orders. Mr. Haywood let me know that he's been in Washington State since 2015. He does not receive any state benefits at this time, but that he's certainly been in the area for quite a bit. And certainly, as Jabs would know, there's been no recent history here. So we're just asking the court for that release. We would also ask to be appointed just based on the statements made. And that way we can move forward with these allegations. Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
does appear he still uses a California driver's license, which is good until 2028. There is no Washington driving record.
Tell them they took my Washington. I got
That's what
no.
I was wondering. I don't see anything
Yeah,
in
and
ADR.
the license he used and gave the officers was California and is good until 2028. And there's no Washington driving record.
Okay. Well, the city's request, I think, here is actually exceptionally reasonable. $1,000 bond, $100 cash alternative. I understand, Mr. Haywood, you have no Washington State history. That being said, you don't have a Washington State driver's license. You have criminal history in multiple different states around the country.
I do got a Washington. I got a Washington ID. They took it from me though. Took my car in there.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying, sir, is I'm not particularly confident you have ties to the community, and I am somewhat concerned about the specific facts here. At this point, I'm just going to make the finding. I think there is some risk of flight. There is a risk that Mr. Haywood would not appear for court based on that representation of the city attorney.
Tell them it's where I live. I'm here.
So
man.
$1,000
Yeah,
bond,
been here 2000.
$100 cash alternative is fine, Mr. Haywood. That's simply to assure your appearance in court. Other than that, the court's going to enter no contact orders. One is a DV no contact order. The other is an anti-harassment order. I'm going to review those with you. The conditions will be as follows: appear timely for court, have no new criminal law violations, abide by those anti-harassment and no contact orders, and based A, on what looks like previous criminal history, but B, based on these orders specifically, you're not going to be allowed to own, possess, control firearms while the orders are in place. So those are going to be the conditions. Mr. Lockhart, you did believe that Mr. Haywood would qualify for counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to find you eligible for the public defender, sir. We'll get you an attorney assigned. You're always free to hire your own attorney if you wish, but you're not required to. We're going to set 2 court dates. One will be in custody, one will be out. The in custody date would be 2 weeks from today. That's Monday, June 30th at 8:30 in the morning. And the out of custody, is there any room left on 724? 7:31? Okay, July 31st at 1:30 in the afternoon would be that out of custody date.
This court case thing.
All right, I'm just pulling up those 2 no contact orders. Bear with me for just a moment, Mr. Haywood. The first one here looks like it protects a party by the name of Monica Zacharias. It does prohibit you from doing a number of things. It says do not cause, attempt, or threaten to cause bodily injury, including any type of assault, harass, stalk, or keep under surveillance the protected person. Simply have no contact with them. It's face-to-face through a third party. It does include electronic and written contact, so texting, phone calls, emails, social media are all prohibited with them at this time. Do not knowingly enter, remain, or come within 1,000 feet of the protected person's residence, school, workplace person, or wherever they may be. This order does indicate you're not to own, possess, or control a firearm, concealed pistol license until or while this order is in place. You would have to immediately surrender any of those items to the Bellingham Police Department. It is a pretrial order, Mr. Haywood, so it's going to remain in place until the case is resolved, unless it is modified or rescinded in the meantime. Do you have any questions at all, sir, about the terms of that no contact order?
I'm all right with that. I'm wondering about my release today, or when do I get released? I'm cool with the restraining order, the no content, all that.
Okay.
That's nothing.
So I've entered the no contact order, Mr. Haywood. Court ordered a $1,000 bond or a $100 cash alternative. So you'd either need to post the bond, or if you'd rather just post a cash amount, $100 would be fine as well. That's the court's order, and the court's based that again on ties to the community and risk of flight, given your overall criminal history in
What
numerous
is it?
states around the country.
Can I go get to?
So you can call a bondsman from within custody. The jail has all
After
the
that,
information. Second no contact order here, sir, just has a different protected party. It protects Adana Pio or Pio. Same exact terms as the one I just read to you. It just has a different name on it. Are you comfortable with those terms, sir?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with whatever you do, man.
Your Honor, we would be asking for a civil standby on this matter. It sounds like Mr. Haywood has all of his belongings at the shared residence.
Okay. City have any objection to that?
Only way I can give him money if I be released. I don't got no money. Nobody else got nothing action at my money or nothing to give. Nobody shit. I could give.
You don't have.
So is that to correct, get the correct, address here, is that
$10 on shit.
2148 U Street? Because it's showing the victim having a general delivery.
Mr. Haywood, are you saying at the U Street address, that's where your
That's
property
my
is?
address.
That's
20.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my address. But
I don't have an
Yeah.
address for her. I only have general delivery, so I can't put in an address for civil standby if she doesn't.
I
have
got
it.
an address.
Yeah, well, you don't need a civil standby to return to your own property, Mr. Haywood, if they're not a resident there. So, okay. All right, well, I think.
That's my address.
Yeah, that's good then. We don't need to
Very
enter
good.
a civil standby then. So I've signed off on everything. It is ready for signature, Mr. Lockhart, on the protection orders. And otherwise, I think we've covered it all. So, Mr. Haywood, thank you again for your time, sir. I do appreciate it. And we will see you either on
So-
June 30th, if you don't post the bail or bond, or July 31st, if you do.
When the city prepares the orders, if their addresses don't match up, that's why I don't put in a civil standby check on each one.
Yeah, makes
If
sense.
it's not in it, it means their addresses were different. So.
Okay, Mr. Lockhart, is anyone else ready to go?
You're
Hey, Judge. Yeah, I'm asking because you don't seem like to know what to do, man. Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Where you at?
What's going on?
I wanted to ask you, man, since you're going to get your $100, I got a permanent address out here. Why would I have to set up in here for 2 weeks? What is it about?
Sir, it's based
At
on your
first, when
overall.
I didn't, hold up. When I didn't have an address, it was going to be a 2-week term. I got an address right there for you. It's
Sir,
on my ID and all
Mr.
that.
Haywood, so
Yeah.
I need to make it completely clear here. The city attorney read, I would say, a lot of criminal history into the record. The court is very concerned about that criminal history, Mr. Haywood. I think at this point, it's crystal clear that you have criminal history in numerous states. There's warrants in numerous states. You have bad appearance history. The court is making that finding, and that is exactly why the court ordered the bail. $1,000 bond, $100 cash alternative. I understand you don't agree with it. That is completely fine. I'll note your objection to the record. That is the basis for it, and I feel comfortable with it. So that's the order I've entered.
Well, I stay as long as you want me here. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I'm done with that. I'm insane.
All right,
I'm done with
thanks,
that, man. Yeah. Fuck. 2 weeks ain't shit.
Okay.
I done did 34 years. 2 weeks
All right,
ain't shit,
thank
man.
you, Mr. Haywood.
I just look like this.
Okay. So you're court's.
I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were. Yep.
Okay.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.